the UN has described the war as a stain on humanity. I want to bring in Dr. Hadeel Qazzaz from the Oxfam International charity, who's in Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Good to talk to you, Doctor. First of all, give me a sense of what presence Oxfam has at the moment in the territory and what they're seeing. And I believe you also have family there too.
Yeah, true. Thank you for having me, Gavin. And we have an office in the Gaza Strip with more than 30 staff members. And we have many partners and colleagues and friends. I also have all my family and my in-laws are living in the Gaza Strip. Very dire situation indeed. A situation where when we assess the 100-day, we realize that 250 people are killed daily for 100 days. This is a lot of casualties. This is the highest, basically the highest in the modern history. The second highest is in Syria, where 96 people were killed a day. Even in Ukraine, which was under the magnifying glass, for 2 years. And we don't compare miseries here. We know that each and every life has a value. But what we see in the Gaza Strip is unprecedented. We didn't see it before in terms of intensity, in terms of number of casualties, in terms of the level of a humanitarian crisis, including starvation, including lack of access to basic needs of medication, water, sheltering. This is something that Oxfam have never witnessed before.
It's a really interesting point you bring up there, Dr. Qazzaz, on the 250 people killed every single day, according to those Hamas Health Authority figures. And it's often when you look at the big number, nearly 24,000 people killed overall, that it can almost, analysts say, become abstract. And if you go back to that young boy that was found in the water off the coast of Turkey, Alan Kurdi, that 3-year-old toddler, where the nations over the world focus in on that moment, you can lose perspective there. Give us a sense of the humanitarian situation now. I know that many aid agencies say it's simply unlivable.
It is absolutely unlivable, and the World Food Programme estimates now that 1/4 of the population of the Gaza Strip at this moment are starving. So this is 500,000 people. It's not a small number. People in Gaza are worried about the next meal, how they can secure it, or if they can secure it. There are large areas of the Gaza Strip where there is population still living in the north of Gaza Strip with zero access to aid or food. People are basically living on scraps and on what's left over in the bombarded houses. Water is not accessible, medication is not accessible, and when we talk about the 250 people dead a day, we even don't count all these people who died because of illnesses, lack of access to basic medications for diseases like diabetes or blood pressure or others. I know from friends and family last week 3 people died because of such illnesses only last week, and all of these are not even counted as casualties. There are estimations that people in the Gaza Strip will suffer. Even there is rough estimations that a quarter would be dead a year after the war because of illnesses and untreated symptoms, because of the spread of diseases that are contagious. Right now, where we have lots of flu symptoms similar to COVID. Of course, it's not tested. No one knows if there are new varieties of COVID is evolving in the Gaza Strip. There are lots of diseases that newborn children endure, including hydration, diarrhea, and others, because of lack of access to basic food. So we are talking not only about the casualties who are dead because of direct bombardment or houses falling on their heads, but we are also talking about the unrecorded and underreported illnesses, women who are...
There could be the bigger threats to come. No, I hear you clearly. Can I just ask you finally, your brief thought as well? You're in Ramallah, where consistent Israeli raids, IDF raids, have been taking place. I know there are strikes, there are protests around the world taking place, pro-Gaza protests today. What's the atmosphere like in the West Bank at the moment?
It is also a very difficult situation. I mean, only last night there were raids to different villages, including the village where I live. People are detained. There are at least 6,000 people in detention since October 7, without any trials, without any charges. Just right right now, in the last 2 hours, we heard about at least 4 young men who were killed. Each city is enclosed. It's closed by itself. There are iron gates surrounding cities and towns. There are checkpoints. So basically, it's a general environment of fear and lack of movement and lots of intimidation and worry that is happening. Of course, people also suffer economically. There's no workers going to Israel as before, and there's no employees getting their salaries to secure their basic needs. So the West
Yeah,
Bank is also in a very difficult situation. It's a place which is almost at the edge of explosion at any time, and
yeah.
that's very worrying, of course, for everyone.
Dr. Hadeel Qazzaz, thank you for your time, your clarity of what is a distressing situation for Oxfam and all your family in Gaza. Thoughts with them. Thank you.
Thank you.